Me again here, folks. Nigel, excellent books, talking about The Rider by Edgar Burroughs. One of my favourite authors. Couple of books from his whole collection in the loft. I'm working my way through them. I'm going to leave the Mars, John Carter of Mars, the Barsoon and the Tarzan ones until the end. If you're a watcher of my channel, you already know I've read Pellucidar and a few of his others. So let's get straight into it. The Rider, Edgar Rice Burroughs. First published in paperback. Rosetta cover there, and on the back as well. Brilliant cover. This seems to be really hard to get hold of in England. Got it in America. But anyway, it was first published in, I've got some notes by the side of me, just a few points. First published in magazine form in 1918, and that really shows in part of the story. Book form 1937. I think he was trying his hand at a bit of romance and a thriller mystery. It's only 154 pages. You can read it in one sitting, literally. Nothing to it. You could read it and it'll be a lovely evening, afternoon read. I did it in 2 evenings up in the Isle of Skye. So what's it about? I'll read you the back. Karlova and Margoth had been enemies for centuries, and now they were about to join in peaceful alliance through the marriage of Princess Mary and Prince Boris. But the Rider, the most successful highwaywoman ever to plague the two countries, secretly became part of the royal wedding plans. From then on, nothing went according to schedule. Who was this mysterious brigand? What could he gain by sabotaging the two nations' only chance for peace? And it is a comedy of errors all the way through it. And it's set in the time, 1915, when he wrote it. 1918, sorry. In I think it's set in Europe. It is set in Europe. Two quite backward countries. America is mentioned in it, and obviously everyone wants to go to America if you've got money to be schooled and educated. That's where Prince Mary from Karlova went. So she's got different mindset to her dad, the king. And it's an odd setup. There's like 2 stories going off. But basically, you get to know. Let me just think. There's 2 royal marriages. There's the royal marriage and another multi-millionaire heiress from America She wants to marry the groundsman, and he wants to marry her. He's a right big, gorgeous, hunky brute of a man. She's a gorgeous young woman. Exactly the same with the prince and the princess. So you can see what happens. The American couple end up in Europe, in Karlova, and a comedy of errors ensues. Hello, darling. Hello. And it's an odd one because you get given all the plots and all the twists all the way through it, whereas normally in a more modern book like this, you'd have to work them out for yourself, but you don't get any of that. The prince swaps places with this highwayman who he overpowers too easily, ends up fighting. Brilliant fight scene in a well, it's Edgar, so it's going to be brilliant fight scene, isn't it? I know, darling. Did you enjoy it in Scotland when we was reading this? Hey, I think you did. And it's very funny. It's very fast-paced because it's got to be. And I think it'd make a brilliant, excellent film. You know, it gives you the plot to do that, and I'm surprised that out of all of Edgar Rice Burroughs' books, this one hasn't been made into a film. I'm not giving too much of it away. I'm not. There's one, and obviously with it being Edgar Rice Burroughs, there's little bits, gems in it. So there's this one point where the American bloke and the prince are chatting. I'm not going to give it away by reading this. So one says to the other, "We deride the gods even while we tremble at their feet. We poke fun at kings for whose lightest favour we would barter our souls." So you just get gems like that. And it's quite poignant, I think. These things just slip their way into the book. And if you're just racing through it, you'd miss that. There's another one where the prince is in prison and he's waiting for the, how can I put it without giving it away, the outcome of the trial. And he's been in this prison underground. You've got to think he's a prince. He's down in the hovels. And he says an assassin, someone comes to see him. And he says, an assassin with a dagger. I would welcome him nonetheless. The devil would be better company than none. And he's fella, he's keeping himself together, but he knows if he just told them who he was, he'd be out of it. But he's not going to bring shame on himself or his dad, the king of Margoth. I give it 4 out of 5. Very fast-paced. Very funny. Get it if you can. and read it. I really liked it. Of course, it's Edgar, I'm going to. Anyway, folks, stay gorgeous, stay sexy. I'll see you in the next one.